Okay. Do you still want a few more minutes to decide who's winning this one?
No, you know what? I sat in this chair beginning of the season,
Yes.
and you asked me, who do I think going to the Super Bowl? And I said Pittsburgh and Green Bay.
So you're sticking with it.
They're both still in it. As much as I like Eli this time, the guys that I was on at the beginning, they're still in it, so I'll stay with
So you're going to stay with it.
I'm going to stay with my guys as long as they're in the fight.
Adam Gase said moments ago that Ryan Tannehill's still not practicing. That's it, right? I mean, it's Wednesday, for crying out loud.
Yes.
Correct?
I would think that's it.
Like Tannehill comes back Thursday and he's going to decide to throw Tannehill into the fire of Pittsburgh.
I think that's it. And I hate that too. I hate Adam Gase went down and did what he said he was going to do. He said he was going to get this crew. He told me that face to face that these guys are they will be in the playoffs. What I hate about it is that you don't have Tannehill, the next crop, because you have Big Ben and you got Eli and Rodgers, Brady. But Derek Carr not being able to,
What's going on in that locker room right now, do you think?
Oh, just run the ball. Run the ball and they win the game. That's it. That team is built, that Reggie McKenzie built, and think about where he came from and the way that what he's accustomed to. This team is built to play playoff ball. That offensive line that he put together, the defense is doing just enough, but they can run the ball. The offensive line can control it. Yes, you want your quarterback playing well at this time, but because that it's not just about Derek Carr, so don't even put it on Cook. Run the ball. Just go in, because look at the quarterback play for the team that you're going against. This week, this game, if they go in and just run the ball and just play, allow both defenses to do what they have to do, just control it in that aspect. But Oakland should win the game.
Cornell's got the #1 defense in the National Football League. It's not his first rodeo either. You don't think he's going to put 8 in the box and say, okay, Connor Cook, let's see what you can do?
Well, you can, but this is a team that even with 8 in the box, you can still run the ball with 8 in the box.
9 in the box?
Yeah, well, you can. Well, if you put 9 in the box, then you can make Connor Cook have a very easy day. So you can still understand if you put 9 guys up there all the time, say this is what you're going to do, and you're going to just single up all day long. You're going to single up Crabtree and Amari Cooper. That's not going to turn out well. I don't care who's quarterback.
So you're calling the Raiders. You like them.
If I like the Raiders, if the Raiders just simply utilize what you've put in place. You've put that big mauling offensive line in place. Use it. This is the time to use it. This game, this week.
Eric Davis here in the Honda Insider segment. What odds do you give the Lions in Seattle? What do you got? They announced Jim Caldwell's coming back next year. They took that mystery out. That was announced today. Caldwell's the HC of 2017 in Detroit.
As difficult as it is to go up to Seattle and win right now, Seattle's not the same. Seattle's not the same.
Why is that? Because Earl Thomas is there? Is gone?
With Earl not being there, and also Tyler Lockett had come on, and Tyler Lockett had become such a wild card and such a big play threat. And stretching the defenses. Yeah, Doug Baldwin, and you look at Curse and Doug Baldwin, can they still make plays? Yes. But Tyler and that speed, he completely changed the way you had to play things offensively. So I still think they can do it, but missing both of those guys right now, it's tough.
Did you see who they signed to return kicks?
Yeah, they got Hester going now. So which makes sense. They needed a kick returner.
Watch, he's gonna. Watch, just watch.
He could make a play.
I know Ravens fans will be like, that guy didn't show up for them this year.
Yeah, but that's so. All of that being said, I'm still going with Seattle.
You'll go with Seattle.
I'm going to go with
Seattle. And obviously you're going to go Pittsburgh and Green Bay on those Sundays.
Yes.
So who has the best chance to? Well, I guess. So who's got the best chance to go on this run here and make the Super Bowl? What do you got for me? Well, let's put it this way, because I know what you said. You got Pittsburgh and Green Bay anyway.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question: who are the Dallas Cowboys rooting for? If you're a Cowboy sitting at home, I know you don't choose who you get to play. Who are they rooting for?
You don't choose who you get to play. So
I guess the Lions.
So Dallas would go.
The Lions already came in, but who are they rooting for? Just in case Seattle, they'll know that Seattle's won the night before. Who do you think they want? You think they want a third crack at New York just because they know that they?
No, they don't want to play New York.
Even though it's very difficult?
They don't want to play New York.
To beat somebody 3 times in a season.
But they've beaten you already twice. They don't want to play New York. They can lie to themselves. They can lie to the media. Or they don't want to play New York. This game, football is a game of matchups.
Right.
they have shown head-to-head that they don't match up well against this team. That's their worst matchup in the league that they've had to face this season. They don't want to play that team. So there's no way they are rooting on the Giants and having to see them again to prove any type of point. The Giants can say, oh, you know what, forget whatever you do, you couldn't beat us. Okay, good. Let them say that.
Peter King's coming up, and I part of his mmqb.com season end awards vote that's coming out on Thursday morning. Who would you vote for in the MVP? I give you a vote. Who do you vote for? Most valuable player. Who is the MVP? And you can't split your vote. It's the toughest vote that we've had, and I'll continue to tap dance for you to make your decision. What was the final voting tally yesterday, Brockman, on that front?
Aaron Rodgers, 27%.
And then right behind him was Ryan.
Matt Ryan, 24. Tom Brady, 20.
And then it kind of dipped off. We included Carr, Zeke, and Dak.
Got it. And I'm going to go, he won me over, Tom Brady. Because I said before that Tom Brady shouldn't win it because of the suspension and everything like that. But you know what? He was punished by not having the 4 games. And you can say, well, if he had played in those 4 games, it could have been 4 bad games. But the way he played this season, his numbers would have probably been that much better.
Yes.
And what he's done at the level he's played at, I'm kind of going with that guy. And we can talk about Matt Ryan. He did it without his number one for a while. And you can say Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson wasn't the same for a while, but Tom doesn't have his number one receiver. Gronk is his number one receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing these things. He's doing without the biggest threat of his offense being on the field. He's still playing at that level. I got to go with Tom.
I went that way too. I voted for Tom Brady also. I just was.
It's amazing what he's doing. And it doesn't matter who is or not on the field.
Right.
He still finds a way to make that offense move and put points on the board, and it put pressure on defenses. It's ridiculous.
Last one for you. Who are you hearing about the Rams coach? You hearing Peyton is a possibility?
Everyone. I mean, just like everyone else, you're hearing Peyton's a possibility, and it is a possibility because they've talked about him coming out of there and being traded too often. So there has to be some truth to it because we know how this stuff works. No information leaks out of an organization in the NFL. They put it out there when they want it out there, when they want you to hear about it and talk about it because it's going on. So Sean Payton, that's a guy that they are going to look at everybody. And I think this is, even with all the jobs that have opened up, I think this right here in L.A. is the most intriguing job to have because, number one, you're in L.A. Mm-hmm. You're a star. If you win here, you're a star. Mm-hmm. Not a football star. You're a star. You're sitting on the Rich Eisen show, and you're sitting on Fallon, and you're doing commercials and everything. And it's like New York. It's the same thing. Like I said, Victor Cruz. If you're a star in New York, Victor Cruz didn't catch balls for 2 years, and he was still doing commercials and GQ and everything else because you're a star in New York. Mm-hmm. So that's why every coach out there is going to want to come here.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.